What if episode 8 was never really about survival, but about choosing who deserves the truth? The ending looked quiet on the surface, but underneath it, everything was falling apart. One small moment changed the future of every character, and most viewers did not even notice it the first time. The fear in their eyes, the silence between conversations, and the strange way everyone avoided saying what they truly felt made this episode one of the darkest chapters so far. But the biggest question is this: who already knows that the resistance is about to fail? Episode 8 begins with a heavy feeling hanging over every scene. Nobody speaks freely anymore, because every word feels dangerous. Even when characters stand together, it feels like invisible walls are growing between them. That is what makes this episode different from earlier ones. Before, the Resistance still had hope. They believed they could outsmart Gilead. But now, fear has started controlling everyone. You can see it in the way characters pause before answering simple questions. The episode quietly shows us that trust inside the group is slowly disappearing, and that change may become more dangerous than Gilead itself. One of the most important moments happens during the secret meeting scene. At first, it looks like a normal conversation about the next step of the Resistance plan. But if you watch closely, the scene feels cold and uncomfortable from the very beginning. Nobody fully looks at each other. The room stays dark even though lights are nearby. The camera keeps moving slowly between faces, as if it wants viewers to notice hidden emotions instead of dialogue. This is not accidental. The episode wants us to feel the pressure building inside the group. Every person sitting in that room knows something terrible could happen soon, and some of them may already believe the mission is doomed. The episode also uses silence in a very smart way. In earlier episodes, characters explained their feelings more openly. But here, silence becomes more powerful than words. There are moments where characters stare at each other for several seconds without speaking. Those pauses create tension, because viewers start searching for meaning inside every facial expression. One character looks nervous. Another avoids eye contact completely. Someone else forces a fake smile, while clearly hiding fear underneath. These tiny details matter, because episode 8 is built around emotional secrets, instead of action scenes. Another major detail is how Gilead itself feels different now. Earlier in the season, the environment felt controlled and organized. But in episode 8, everything feels unstable. The streets look emptier. Rooms feel colder. Even the background lighting creates a sense of paranoia. It is almost like the system is beginning to crack from the inside. That visual storytelling becomes very important because it reflects what is happening emotionally to the characters. The Resistance is not only fighting Gilead anymore. They are fighting fear, doubt, and exhaustion inside themselves. There is also a hidden emotional shift happening with the younger characters. Earlier, many of them still carried innocence and hope. But episode 8 removes that feeling completely. You can see how emotionally tired they have become. Some characters no longer react with shock when terrible things happen. Instead, they react with silence. That emotional numbness tells us how deeply Gilead has damaged them. And that may become one of the biggest themes moving forward. Survival in this world no longer means staying alive physically. It means protecting whatever humanity still remains inside you. One scene that stands out happens when a character quietly asks if the plan is truly worth the risk. The question itself sounds simple, but it changes the emotional direction of the episode, because for the first time, someone openly hints that the Resistance may already be losing. Nobody answers immediately. That silence says everything. Deep down, they all understand how dangerous the situation has become, and viewers can feel the fear spreading through the group, even before anything terrible actually happens. The episode also plants small clues that betrayal could already be happening. Certain characters suddenly become quieter than usual. Some conversations end too quickly. Others feel interrupted at strange moments. The editing itself almost feels suspicious. It creates the sense that somebody is hiding information from the rest of the group. The show never confirms it directly, but the tension keeps building in the background. That is why episode 8 feels so powerful emotionally. The danger is not coming from explosions or violence. The danger comes from uncertainty. Nobody knows who they can trust anymore. By the end of this section, the atmosphere becomes almost hopeless. The resistance members still move forward with their mission, but their confidence is disappearing. Every decision feels heavier. Every conversation feels like it could be the last honest moment between them. And that emotional weight is exactly what makes episode 8 so important. This was not just another setup episode. This was the moment the story fully transformed from rebellion into psychological survival. And the scariest part is that the real collapse may only be beginning.